Well, you maybe not see, but see that little line in it?
You saw a gigantic mastodon that was missing one tooth, and you found one tooth. Could that have been the one tooth that you found?
Leads you to believe that that place might have been as old as 9,000 plus BC.
The Holy of Holies, if we're correct in our theory, would be right in here.
In the heart of a frozen wilderness, where the icy winds whisper secrets of the past, archaeologists stumbled upon mysteries buried for over 10,000 years. This astonishing discovery has the potential to shake the very foundations of what we know about North American history. But what exactly have these archaeologists unearthed beneath the layers of ice and time? And what implications does this discovery hold for us today? Join us as we explore archaeologists' discovery of an Ice Age settlement that may rewrite North American history. Number 20. Mastodon fossils. In 2021, a boy named Julian Gagnon had an unforgettable adventure while hiking with his family through the Dinosaur Hill Nature Preserve. It was Labor Day, and Julian was enjoying the outing when he spotted an oddly shaped rock. At first, he thought it was just an interesting rock, but soon realized he had found something extraordinary. What Julian had discovered was a 12,000-year-old fossil, the molar of a juvenile mastodon. When Julian and his family consulted experts at the University of Michigan Museum of Paleontology, they confirmed that this was indeed a rare and significant find. The fossil had lain untouched for over 12,000 years. But what exactly are mastodons? These giant creatures, often confused with woolly mammoths, roamed North America until about 10,000 years ago. They resembled modern elephants, but were specially adapted to the cold climates of the Ice Age. Mastodon fossils, while occasionally found in Michigan, are still considered rare treasures. Paleontologists are always thrilled to examine new specimens, and Julian's discovery was no exception. Although he didn't stumble upon gold or anything of monetary value, Julian and his family understood the immense historical importance of his find. Generously, Julian donated the tooth to the museum, sparking renewed interest in Michigan's paleontological history among locals. This remarkable discovery not only added a valuable piece to the puzzle of prehistoric life, but also inspired a new generation to appreciate and explore the ancient past hidden beneath their feet. Number 19. Extinct clams. For years, a family of translucent clams was believed to be extinct. That was until November 2018, when a surprising discovery changed everything. While searching for sea slugs in tide pools at a beach near Santa Barbara, California, marine ecologist Jeff Goddard stumbled upon an unusual sight, a pair of tiny see-through clams no larger than 10 millimeters. Initially, Goddard couldn't believe his eyes. He quickly realized he might be looking at a species long thought to have vanished from the Earth. Eager to confirm his extraordinary find, Goddard took photographs of the mysterious clams and consulted with Paul Valentich Scott, a curator at the Santa Barbara Museum of Natural History. Valentich Scott was equally intrigued and puzzled by these unexpected mollusks. Determined to verify their identity, Goddard made several trips back to the beach. The clams proved elusive, evading capture despite 9 dedicated visits. Finally, persistence paid off. Goddard managed to collect a specimen, and the breakthrough came when they compared it to a fossil specimen from the 1930s. It was a perfect match. The clams date back 28,000 to 36,000 years ago in the Baldwin Hills area of Los Angeles. The discovery of this living fossil raises fascinating questions for scientists. How did these clams remain hidden for so long? One theory suggests that marine heat waves between 2014 and 2016 might have shifted clam larvae northward, bringing them to the area where Goddard found them. This remarkable find makes one wonder, how many other species, thought to be extinct, are quietly living among us, undetected? This discovery is a reminder of the secrets our oceans still hold, and the surprises nature has in store. Number 18. Lake Winnipesaukee stone eggs. Artifacts that seem out of place, like a modern wristwatch in an ancient Egyptian tomb, often puzzle historians and archaeologists. One such intriguing discovery is the stone egg found near Lake Winnipesaukee in New England back in 1872. Despite over a century of scrutiny, its origin and significance remain shrouded in mystery. Carved from a type of rock not native to the region, the egg symbols have stumped experts and do not match any known Native American tribal markings. The craftsmanship is exceptional, featuring intricate drilling and polishing on granite. While some dismiss it as a hoax, others speculate about the existence of an ancient civilization with advanced stoneworking skills in America. Similarly mysterious are the petroglyphs found at Winam Maka Lake in Nevada, dating back approximately 14,800 years, making them the oldest in the country. These carvings, etched into the dried lakebed, depict a range of symbols, from simple lines and crosses to more elaborate representations of nature. Despite extensive study, their meaning and the identity of their creators remain elusive, as they precede any other known rock carvings in America. Number 17. Sedona's vortexes. Have you ever heard about vortexes? In various cultures, vortexes or vortices are believed to be special spots on Earth where mysterious energy flows in or out. These energy fields are thought to have diverse effects on people who encounter them. Today, these vortex sites are considered some of the most mysterious and fascinating places in the United States. Long before Europeans arrived in North America, many native tribes identified and revered these powerful spots, creating sacred landscapes around them. Nowadays, many of these locations are recognized as vortex sites. One of the most well-known areas for these energy centers is Sedona, Arizona. These sites are believed to be unique places where the Earth's energy is especially strong and accessible. People say the vortexes in Sedona have remarkable healing powers for both the body and the mind. They are thought to help release deep-seated emotional scars and assist in letting go of past traumas. Sedona is also famous for its community of master healers, drawing visitors from all over who come specifically for meditation, healing, and spiritual discovery. While the existence and effects of energy vortexes remain a topic of debate, many continue to flock to Sedona, hoping to experience its reputed transformative energy. Whether for personal healing, spiritual growth, or simply curiosity, Sedona's vortexes continue to captivate and inspire those who visit. Number 16. A carved bell. Some discoveries may seem too unbelievable to be true, yet when they occur, they demand our full attention. Let's consider the astonishing finding made by a 10-year-old boy named Newton Anderson in 1944. A carved bell nestled within a seam of coal dating back 300 million years. This remarkable artifact, discovered in Upshur County, West Virginia, is crafted from brass and even features an iron clapper. What makes this discovery even more astounding is that the bell was firmly embedded in coal formed during Earth's Carboniferous period. To certain fundamentalist Christians, this bell serves as evidence of an antediluvian artifact, suggesting its creation predated the biblical flood described in Genesis. The Institute for Creation Research, supporting this view, subjected the bell to examination at the University of Oklahoma. According to their analysis, the bell's composition, comprising a peculiar blend of metals, defies explanation within a modern context. Despite skepticism, Newton Anderson, now an adult, underwent a polygraph test, which seemingly affirmed the authenticity of his account regarding the bell's discovery. While it's reasonable to acknowledge potential bias from the Institute for Creation Research, the artifact itself remains a captivating proof of the mysteries of our past. Number 15. The Nampa figurine. Imagine this. Deep in the heart of Idaho, beneath layers of earth and rock, a remarkable find emerged, challenging all we thought we knew about history. The Nampa figurine, a curious doll-like figure, was unearthed during the mundane task of digging a well back in 1889. What makes this discovery truly baffling is not just its appearance, but its improbable location, nearly 300 feet below the surface, where no human hand should have placed it for the last 2 million years. As the drill churned through the soil, out popped bits of clay, revealing this strange figurine, damaged but unmistakably crafted by human hands. Now, let's ponder. Who could have fashioned such a tiny, intricate figure, and how did it end up buried so deep beneath the earth? The layers of mystery deepen as we realize that the ground encasing the figurine had been sealed by volcanic basalt, untouched for millennia. Could it be that ancient humans, far older than we previously thought, once roamed the lands of Idaho, leaving behind traces of their existence for us to ponder? It's a thought-provoking puzzle, challenging our understanding of human history and beckoning us to explore the unknown depths of our past. Number 14. Poverty Point. Imagine an old place called Poverty Point. It's like a big, curvy collection of hills, kind of like a giant letter C, and it was made by people way, way back, between 1700 and 1100 BC. It sits about 15 miles away from the Mississippi River. People have been curious about this place for a super long time, especially since the 1950s. But even before that, folks in the 1800s were talking about it. What's so interesting about Poverty Point is that it was built by a group of people who were hunters and gatherers. But here's the thing, this place they made is huge, like really massive. It's the biggest site with earthworks in all of North America from that time, which is pretty amazing. Even though experts have been looking at these mounds for ages trying to figure out what they were for, it's still a big mystery. Some folks think maybe it was a place where people lived, others say it might have been used for religious stuff, like ceremonies or rituals, and then some think it was a hub for trading goods. But nobody's totally sure. It's like a big puzzle that we're still trying to solve. Number 13. Bighorn Medicine Wheel. Nestled in Lavelle, Wyoming, the medicine wheel is a remarkable stone structure among many others scattered across North America. What sets it apart is its colossal size, boasting an impressive diameter of 80 feet. Despite its prominence, the wheel's origins remain shrouded in mystery. Although mentioned in the oral histories of various peoples inhabiting the Bighorn Mountains, its builders and purpose remain unknown. Interestingly, the Crow people, among the area's oldest inhabitants, claim to have found the wheel already standing when they settled there. Despite the mystery surrounding its creation, the local community reveres the medicine wheel as sacred. Moreover, its design, with some spokes aligning with the sunrise and stars' rising points, suggests it may have served as an observatory for its builders. Number 12. America's Stonehenge. America's Stonehenge, situated in a 30-acre tract in Salem, is a sprawling network of stone structures, artificial caves, and massive rocks. Despite its name, it shares little resemblance with England's famous Stonehenge on Salisbury Plain. However, this is just one of the many intriguing aspects of the site. The origins and purpose of America's Stonehenge remain hotly debated. Much of what stands today has been influenced by the efforts of a previous owner, William Goodwin. Goodwin was so convinced that the structures were remnants of a 7th century Irish monk settlement that he began fixing anything he deemed out of place. His modifications have made it nearly impossible to determine the true age of the structures or their original purpose. Over the years, various theories have emerged, yet none have withstood rigorous scrutiny. The most popular theory suggests that Native Americans constructed the site around 2,500 years ago for religious ceremonies. Despite the ongoing debates and controversies, America's Stonehenge continues to captivate and mystify, inviting visitors to ponder the secrets of its ancient stones. Number 11. Methuselah. The oldest living thing in California isn't a person or an animal, but a remarkable tree named Methuselah. This Great Basin bristlecone pine stands tall in the White Mountains, and has been doing so for about 4,835 years. Imagine this. Methuselah was already ancient when the Egyptians were constructing their pyramids. It's awe-inspiring to think there's a living being older than one of the most iconic civilizations in human history. Methuselah thrives in an incredibly harsh environment at the upper edge of the timberline, where conditions are anything but hospitable. Researchers are still baffled by its incredible longevity. Many believe that Methuselah's survival secrets lie in its remarkable adaptability. It draws nutrients from the limestone and carbonate rock, and its gnarled branches are perfectly shaped to endure the relentless mountain winds and freezing temperatures. You might wonder why this ancient tree isn't more famous. The truth is, its exact location is a closely guarded secret. Revealing its exact whereabouts could lead to vandalism, or even its demise. Methuselah is celebrated by scientists who study its rings to gain insights into our planet's changing climate. Number 10. Winam Maka Lake petroglyphs. While we know that the United States has been inhabited for around 20,000 years, much of that ancient past remains a mystery, likely lost forever. This makes the petroglyphs near Winam Maka Lake in northwest Nevada incredibly significant. At 10,000 years old, they are the oldest known petroglyphs in North America. But it's not just their age that fascinates researchers. This site boasts a larger collection of markings than most other petroglyph sites in the United States. Each marking is deeply carved into the rock, with some etchings reaching depths of up to an inch. Considering their age, the precision and depth of these carvings are both remarkable and intriguing. What makes these petroglyphs even more fascinating is their potential meaning. Deciphering these ancient symbols could provide valuable insights into the lives and beliefs of the people who created them, offering a rare glimpse into a distant past that we are only beginning to understand. Number 9. Michigan's Armillaria gallica fungus. In the heart of Michigan, scientists have uncovered one of the planet's most colossal organisms. Surprisingly, it's not a creature of the sea or a land-dwelling mammal. It's a fungus. Yes, you heard that right. In Crystal Creek, Michigan, resides the awe-inspiring Armillaria gallica. First discovered in the late 1980s, this fungus was once considered the largest single organism on Earth. At that time, researchers estimated it weighed about 110 tons and was approximately 1,500 years old. However, recent studies have unveiled that this fungal giant is far more immense than previously thought. Spanning roughly 90 acres, equivalent to about 75 football fields crammed together beneath the forest floor, this fungus is a true subterranean giant. Its weight has now been estimated at around 400,000 kilograms, making it nearly 4 times heavier than an average blue whale. Astonishingly, this ancient organism is now believed to be around 1,500 years old, meaning it began its life around 500 BC, during the era of ancient Greece, long before the rise of the Roman Empire. But what else do we know about Armillaria gallica? This fungus is a type of honey mushroom, spreading primarily underground through its mycelium, which functions much like the roots of a plant. Above ground, it remains largely hidden, only revealing itself through small, visible mushrooms when it fruits. Despite its unassuming appearance, Armillaria gallica is a known parasite, thriving by feeding on the trees in the forest. This parasitic nature contributes significantly to the forest's cycle of decomposition and renewal, breaking down wood and returning vital nutrients to the soil. While Armillaria gallica can be destructive, it also plays a crucial role in maintaining the forest ecosystem, showcasing the complex balance of nature where even the most unexpected organisms have vital roles to play. Number 8. Mysteries beneath the waves. Many have dreamed of discovering a pirate ship from the 18th century, particularly one belonging to the infamous Blackbeard. In 1966, that dream became reality when an important piece of history was unearthed with the help of underwater divers off the coast of Beaufort, North Carolina. The legendary vessel, Queen Anne's Revenge, finally resurfaced. It turns out pirates weren't only in the Caribbean. Divers stumbled upon heavy cannons, some weighing a staggering 2,000 pounds each. 30 cannons were found, with each cannonball weighing at least 6 pounds. Over 280,000 rare historical artifacts were uncovered, providing a tangible link to the past. Blackbeard met a grisly end, with British soldiers displaying his severed head on the warship, where he was executed as a warning to other pirates. This discovery was a treasure trove for archaeologists and history enthusiasts alike. Number 7. Snakeworms. You might have heard about the snakeworm mystery if you live in Alaska or nearby. It's a strange thing where a bunch of worms stick together and move like a snake. It's pretty creepy. This mystery started back in 2007 when Derek Sykes, who knows a lot about bugs, got a bag of these weird worms from a local. Nobody knew what they were. People were puzzled for about 10 years until some smart researchers figured it out. They found out that these snake worms aren't really snakes or worms. They're a whole new kind of tiny flying bug called Sciara serpens. What's cool or weird about them is that when they're babies, they clump together and move in a long line, which makes them look like a snake. Why do they do that? Well, scientists aren't totally sure yet. Maybe it's to scare away animals that want to eat them, or maybe it helps them stay wet when they're crossing dry land. But one thing we know for sure, these new bugs are straight out of a scary story. Number 6. The Blythe intaglios. Imagine you're flying high above the desert in Colorado, and when you look down, you see giant drawings etched into the ground. These are like the American version of the famous Nazca lines in Peru. Instead of being in a desert, they're in Colorado, and they're called the Blythe intaglios. These drawings are huge and come in all sorts of shapes, like animals and people. But here's the mysterious part. Nobody knows for sure why they were made. Some experts think ancient people created them by scraping away dark rocks to reveal the lighter soil underneath. But when were they made? That's a big question too. Some say they're around 450 years old, while others think they could be as ancient as 2,000 years. People have all sorts of guesses about why they're there. Some say they might have been like special stops for pilgrims on their journey. These pilgrims might have done ceremonies and rituals there, like remembering people who had died. But really, it's still a big mystery. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. In the heart of Alaska's frozen wilderness, beneath a blanket of snow and ice, lay the remnants of a forgotten past. A team of daring archaeologists embarked on an expedition, driven by whispers of an ancient settlement lost to time. As they delved deeper into the icy expanse, their excitement grew palpable, each step bringing them closer to unraveling the mysteries of the past. And then, amidst the frozen landscape, they found it. An Ice Age settlement, preserved in pristine condition. Their discovery sent shockwaves through the archaeological community, for within its icy embrace lay artifacts that could rewrite the history of North America. With trembling hands, the archaeologists carefully excavated the site, unearthing tools, pottery, and even remnants of primitive shelters. But it was what lay buried beneath the permafrost that left them breathless, a cache of ancient scrolls, preserved for millennia. With awe and reverence, they gathered their findings, placing them in a humble pail, a vessel to carry the weight of history. And there, amidst the icy tundra, they documented their discoveries, each word etching itself into the annals of time. As they stood amidst the ruins of a forgotten era, the archaeologists knew that their findings would forever change our understanding of the past. In this frozen wilderness, archaeologists unearthed an Ice Age settlement that may rewrite North American history. Number 5. King Polar Bear. In the chilly lands of the Arctic, where snow and ice rule, there's a creature that's like a giant among bears. It's called the polar bear, and it's the biggest carnivore that lives on land. Picture this, a massive, fierce bear wandering across the frozen landscape, looking for something to eat. These polar bears are already huge, standing as tall as 9 feet when they stand up straight, and about 5 feet tall when they're on all fours. And they can weigh as much as a small car, up to 1,600 pounds. But imagine if there were even bigger polar bears out there. Some people say there might be a king polar bear, even larger than the ones we know about. For a long time, scientists thought this giant bear was just a story, like a fairy tale. But recently, they found something exciting, a really big skull. It was discovered in a faraway place called Alaska, up in the Arctic Circle. This skull is one of the largest ever found, measuring over 40 centimeters long from the nose to the back. And it's not just big, it's also got some serious teeth. What's really interesting is that this skull looks different from the skulls of the polar bears we know today. It's longer and narrower at the back, which has scientists wondering, is this a new kind of polar bear? Or maybe an ancient relative? There are even stories from the local Inuit people about special bears called king bears, which sound a lot like the one in the skull. Now, scientists are planning to do some detective work with DNA. They'll compare the DNA from the ancient skull to the DNA of today's polar bears to see if they're related. This discovery has opened up a whole new chapter in the story of polar bears. We're still trying to piece it all together, but finding this skull is a big step in solving the mystery of the king polar bear. Number 4. Porcelain gallbladder. In 1935, the Mississippi State Lunatic Asylum shut its doors for good. After that, nobody really paid much attention to the cemetery where many people from the asylum were buried. As time went by, plants and trees grew over the area, and the grave markers got all worn out. So for ages, thousands of graves, some with names and some without, were just left there, forgotten by almost everyone. Then, in 2012, something big happened. The University of Mississippi Medical Center decided to use part of that old cemetery for its campus. When they started building, they stumbled upon the graves again. It was like finding a treasure trove. As they started digging up the graves, they found all sorts of strange things. But one of the weirdest discoveries was a gallbladder made of porcelain. Crazy, right? But don't worry, it's not like a teacup or anything. See, sometimes when people have a lot of problems with their gallbladders, they can turn really hard and brittle, kind of like porcelain. It's super rare though. This poor woman whose gallbladder turned into something like porcelain had a tough time when she was alive. You see, the asylum where she lived was around for a long time, from 1855 to 1935. So it's no wonder that when they started digging up those graves, they found all sorts of strange and unexpected things. It's like peeking into a secret world from a long time ago. Number 3. Judaculla Rock. Nestled deep within the rugged Appalachian Mountains of western North Carolina, there lies a place of ancient intrigue and whispered tales, the infamous Judaculla Rock. This remarkable site, also known as Judaculla Rock, is a sweeping outcrop of soapstone adorned with enigmatic carvings and petroglyphs. Its presence commands attention in Jackson County, near the quaint town of Cullowhee, North Carolina, just east of the meandering Caney Fork Creek, a tributary of the Tuckasegee River. Since 2013, Judaculla has held a revered position on the National Register of Historic Places. Spanning approximately 22 square meters, this soapstone marvel not only boasts an array of petroglyphs, but also bears the scars of ancient soapstone extraction, hinting at a rich tapestry of human history. Yet, the true origins and meanings of these intricate carvings remain elusive. The rock's surface is adorned with a myriad of symbols, including nearly 1,000 ring marks, 47 curved units, and various other intriguing motifs. Deciphering their significance poses a formidable challenge, as the sheer abundance of carvings blurs the lines between individual elements. Dating back to a period between 200 and 1400 CE, these carvings have been tentatively associated with either the Middle Woodland culture or the Mississippian culture. Among the Cherokee people, Judaculla Rock holds profound significance, woven into their oral traditions as the canvas upon which the legendary slant-eyed giant left his mark. According to Cherokee lore, this colossal figure, with his 7-foot stature and 7 fingers and toes, wielded dominion over the elements, blessing the land with abundance and granting permission for hunting expeditions. Some tales even suggest that the giant inscribed his laws upon the rock, serving as a sacred testament to Cherokee customs and beliefs. In recent years, archaeological excavations have revealed that Judaculla Rock is but a fragment of a larger complex, offering tantalizing glimpses into the spiritual practices and cultural heritage of the Cherokee people. Today, visitors can explore this ancient marvel, immersing themselves in the whispers of history that echo through its weathered surface. Accessible until dusk, the rock awaits those who seek to unravel its mysteries, offering a tangible link to a bygone era in the heart of North Carolina's wilderness. Number 2. Dark Watchers. If you're a fan of spooky stories and mysterious happenings, you might have heard about the Dark Watchers. These eerie figures are said to dwell in the Santa Lucia Mountains. People describe them as tall, shadowy figures wearing dark cloaks. Many claim to have seen them at dusk or dawn, adding to their mystique. For a long time, nobody could explain who or what they were. Some folks believe they're spirits or protectors of the mountains, based on local Native American legends. Others think they're just tricks of the light, like when shadows appear larger than life in foggy conditions, known as the Brocken Spectre phenomenon. Despite lots of sightings, nobody knows for sure what the Dark Watchers really are, but the stories and sightings keep coming, keeping the mystery alive. Number 1. The Maya calendar. The Mayan calendar is not just a mere object, but a captivating concept that continues to intrigue many today, especially because some believe it foretells the end of the world. Although known for decades, it gained global fame in the 21st century, when it seemingly predicted the world's end in 2012. Despite the uneventful passing of that year, there are now claims that the world's end is set for 2020, a notion gaining traction with each passing day. Dating back 2,500 years, the Mayan calendar is mislabeled, as it was used by various cultures preceding the Maya. While the Maya enhanced this system, enthusiasts argue it has accurately foretold future events, suggesting clairvoyance among ancient Americans, though the precision of these predictions remains debatable. Which of these discoveries do you find most intriguing? Let us know your opinion in the comments below.